Hey, how's it going? This is Jay, real estate broker. Today I'm going to talk about something that is important and is often gets overlooked. Again, all the videos that I have, all the information, my goal is simply to share the knowledge and to give you an insight of what I've done over 20 years in real estate, things that I tell my clients when I have a conversation, networking events, or so on. And I mentioned it because it is important, and I guess in your field, whatever field you're in, you're the expert, and if it's something that you feel I should know, it will be the same thing. You communicate to your peers, friends, and family. You know what? You should look into this because you know about accounting, you know about maintenance, architecture, technology, biotech, or so on. Well, when it comes to HOA, I can tell you that a lot of people say, you know what? Oh, the condo has an HOA, or it could be the condo, or it could be a house that has an HOA. And the biggest thing, no matter how much you pay an HOA, let's say $100 or $350, or in San Diego, maybe $800, fine, and that's it. And you figure, whatever money you pay for the HOA, it goes for maintenance, like reserves, landscape, utilities, insurance, and that's broken down. However, when you're in the buying process, you have three windows to inspect the property. And during during that time frame, you're gonna get the HOA documents if the property has an HOA. Well, the biggest thing that needs to be checked, regardless of the amount and so on, you need to check the reserves. It is crucial that you see the reserves because let's say I live in a high rise that has an elevator. It needs to have enough reserves in the event it has to replace an elevator. With no elevator, that means that the 20 stories in my building, no one can get up or down. And what it means, if there's no money to replace it, what's going to happen? They're going to say, hey, new homeowner and the existing homeowners, we need money for a new elevator. So, and what it's going to do is going to increase your HOA significantly because elevators, last time I checked, they're not cheap. So it is important whenever you get your HOA documents and you get during a period, you get a period to review them, that you see how much they have. If they have 1 million or 2 million in reserve, that's pretty good. And again, it has to do according to the complex or so on. But you see an HOA that has only a couple of 100,000, and you think about it. If a water heater for the building breaks, that's probably eat up most of the money. And even if they have enough to cover, they're going to be out of reserves. A lot of people don't realize that when it comes to this is condominiums, if they don't have reserves, lenders will not going to lend on it, or you might be limited to the lender that you can use. And the same thing with you buying a house. House is more self-maintained, but I mean the reserves are mainly to maintain either club rooms, pools, jacuzzi. If there's no reserves, if an equipment breaks down, they're not going to be able to replace it. Or each item, like in my condo, there's a gym, there's a pool, there's a jacuzzi, and at some point, it's going to probably in 5-10 years is going to be on the schedule to replace the whole gym equipment because it's been there for maybe 10 years, 15 years. So they're going to use that money from reserves. And they use that money from reserves because every time you make a payment, money goes into reserves, utilities, insurance, landscaping, maintenance, and so on. But it's important that good money is allocated into reserves. That way I can get a new gym. That way I can get a new elevator or a new gate if it's a gated community. So again, if reserves are low, it is important that during your due diligence, you check, say, you know what, maybe we have to walk away from this property because the reserves are low. It's going to be challenging to get financing, and it's going to be challenging to keep the unit. If you want to resell the unit and the reserves don't they don't go back up, it's going to be challenging for a buyer to find a lender. And typically, when you don't have options to all the lender, it only means this: someone's going to pay more money. So that's my video on HOA reserves. And this is Jair, real estate broker. Any questions? Let me know.